Hey, AfterBuzzers. If you didn't know, it's Kevin Undergaro, the executive producer of AfterBuzz, along with my partner, Maria Menounos.
Hi, everybody.
And Maria and I, as you know, have put so much time and money into the AfterBuzz TV product and really haven't seen a lot in return.
Nope, not yet.
But one of the ways you guys can actually help us is by tuning into our new reality show, Chasing Maria Menounos. It premieres Tuesday, March 18th, 10 o'clock, 9 p.m. Central, and features me and Maria basically bickering, fighting.
No, it's not just bickering and fighting. You get an inside look into my life, behind the scenes.
You'll also get a behind-the-scenes look at AfterBuzz.
It's really funny. It's not just bickering, and it's not fake either. So that's actually something
no.
to think about.
It's definitely not fake. It's definitely not fake. But please tune in to Chasing Maria Menounos on Oxygen, Tuesday, March 18th at 10 p.m. All of your support will help AfterBuzz because Maria certainly won't.
So rude.
You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Gene Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AfterBuzz TV's Looking After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's Looking After Show.
This is a remix of the Golden Girls theme song, and I'm so happy. Me too.
You guys know the words?
Travel down the road,
Absolutely.
back again.
Once again, I don't know any of the songs.
You're a pal and a confidant.
Beautiful.
Okay, we're good.
All right, enough of that. Welcome to AfterBuzz TV's Looking After Show, Season 1, Episode 8, the season finale, called Looking Glass. I'm your host, Kylie Hodges, and to my right...
Oh, that's right. I am to your right.
Oh,
wow.
To the left.
Come
I'm
on,
Scott Moore.
Still learning his left and right.
Right. Yeah. And to your left,
To
you
my
have
left.
me, Kyle Kittleson. To my left.
And in the corner is Pat Lambert.
And we have two very funny guests with us tonight. We have Drew Doege
Hi, hello.
and Justin Martindale.
Yay,
we made it.
We did it. We landed. We have arrived.
Welcome. Now, Drew and Justin are in a new parody series called Not Looking, which you can find on Funny or Die right now.
Yes.
Like right this moment?
We hear, apparently, the first episode's up now.
Yeah. So stop listening to this.
Stop. Get off of
and
this
go watch
now.
Not Looking.
And go watch
right now,
exactly.
please.
Thank you all for coming, and good night.
Yeah.
That was it. Goodbye.
Quick show.
Yeah.
So easy.
Now, I think after tonight's episode, we're all a little...
Are you looking now? You had some guttural reactions.
Well, that's just normal.
But I feel like we were in different...
we're sort of bred to hate most things.
Hate
so
everything.
That's kind of where we sort of operate in a world of.
You said you live in Silver Lake?
We live in Silver Lake.
Okay, so it's part of the
I live in West Hollywood, though, so I'm
that's
even
right.
more terrible.
Scathing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where do we start?
I didn't hate it. Maybe I was one of the more emotional wreck ones that I was like, I was really...
Well, I don't know. Did anyone really hate it?
No,
That's
I
a
didn't
strong
hate it.
word. I don't think
didn't hate
anyone
it at all.
hated it. I just think for season finale...
It didn't feel like a season finale to me.
No.
It felt like
Episode
it was sort of like, meh, all right. And I kept wanting it to just pick up and get... I wanted it to be as crazy as the Thank You for Being a Friend disco dance meth remix that we just heard. I wanted a moment of that. I wanted a moment of, oh, God, oh, I'm worried. Instead, I was sort of like, oh...
And I think all the ingredients were there. Okay. They had drugs. They had sex. There was cheating. It just it needed to happen in different.
Here's the fair mix, though. If you get the breakdown, Frank breaks up with Augustine and basically tells Augustine what he needs to hear. You're not a great artist. You never really tried. You have no ambition.
That was my favorite part.
That
I thought
amazing.
Frank gave him the reading of his life.
Of his life.
And then did some hand thing, and it was like...
And then he broke that still life over his knee.
A unicorn just broke. Nothing's more sad than a broken unicorn.
Don't break a unicorn. It's not its fault. You can't
But I think
paint
that
it.
was like a very... powerful moment.
Well, so was the drawer opening with the lube and the pills, because you can't have one without
pills
the other.
and a little Ziploc bag.
Right. You can't have one without the other.
To me, my favorite moment was when Lauren Weedman, who plays Doris,
Everything
or
she said.
the woman,
Love her.
when she just says, Dom's worth it.
I know.
That moment was like, oh man, that felt honestly like maybe where they should have built up to, because it was the moment where I was like, oh, this is a beautiful moment and of a friendship, and how she's like, don't fuck around with this. I'm sorry, can we say that word?
You can say it. This is
great.
HBO.
Can't wait to rip a bunch of F-bombs. That was great, but then it just sort of built, and it just sort of, And then in a minute of the Golden Girls, like I love the Golden Girls. Nobody loves it more than I do, but that's how you're going to end your series, your first season.
I would have honestly.
Why? I don't get it.
Cover girl, put the bass in your walk.
Yes,
head to toe.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
also an option.
What?
Also, they also could have just spent 30 minutes watching Valley of the Dolls.
Yeah.
Or anything
but I think
else.
You had said it perfectly that they didn't know there was going to be a season 2, and
they didn't know.
Sort of
Right? Exactly. Like you're like, we don't know when you're filming this. You don't know you're going to get another season. So that's where you're going to end. It's just sort of like we're in bed watching Golden Girls together, and it's over. It's sort of like, we have higher expectations for these characters, so you should too.
Well, at the same time, I almost feel like we don't. I almost feel like when you get to the end of the season, you're sort of compounded for the fact that you don't really feel for the 3 protagonists. I'm on math.
Protractors, geometry.
The protractors.
But I feel like I feel like you love the boyfriend so much more. They're more complex characters.
Which one?
You're talking about you love Richie.
You mean Richie, I think, is a complex character. Kevin, I think you sort of fall in love with.
Yeah, I love
Frank,
Kevin.
I think, has an interesting dynamic. Augustine, you seem to just resent the entire season.
Yeah, we hate him.
I did not. I mean, at first, that's what bothered me. I'm like, if you have a friend who's on meth, the last thing you do is like, hey, let's go to dinner. Like, let's go to our friend's restaurant
go to Indian
opening.
food and talk about armpit licking.
Yeah. Let's go to our
I've been doing it wrong, then.
I know, I totally, I take all my meth out friends to dinner.
You do?
Because, it's the best. They have great conversation. They're lovely. They're lovely to talk to.
Can I just say that while we were screening this episode, I don't think I've ever laughed as hard just because of the commentary from these two.
But that's how we go through life. We watch commercials and we're like, what? Yogurt? Okay.
Who eats that culture?
Good job,
crap?
everybody. I know. That's how we are.
Now, just to our viewers, our listeners, really quickly, if you all want to call in, I can't talk either.
Okay,
I guess we're both on that.
You got to do your operator voice.
If you want to, if you want to call in and chat with us about the episode or talk to Drew and Justin, you can call us at 424-253-0504. That was also my creepy sex phone voice. It's okay. I did it good.
But you kept your hand on your chin very delicately. Just like a true lady on a lily pad.
A true lady is paid by the hour on a telephone.
No, I really do. I am so glad the show exists. I really am, and I'm a fan that it's on the air, and I really think the actors on it are great, and I think the writing is really smart. I always my fingers, I'm like, pick it up, go. So my hope for season 2 is that it just gets, I want it to get wilder. Just go more to more unexpected places.
I totally agree. We have 3 storylines of 3 different groups of characters, and it all landed as if there was going to be 4 more seasons to figure out what was going, or 4 more episodes on what was going to happen.
Right.
And a season finale is supposed to make me want to like stop and go, what? Wait, I need the second season right now.
The show's format though isn't written in a sort of a show way.
It should be.
It's a very
it should be
realistic show. It's like
I'm sorry.
Like their scenes don't really play out as scenes.
Well, I hear you that it's realistic. It's a realistic show, and the writers have said
like I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. I mean, I loved Weekend, Andrew Haig's movie, his film.
Yeah, that's
that is a masterpiece. And that didn't really play out like a movie either. But there was so much shocking in it, in the honesty, in the sex in Weekend, that I want to see more in this show. Where it's like you're actually like, what do you really talk about when you're having sex, and it's not always just, I don't know.
I thought it was very odd.
Are you okay?
Are you okay?
Well,
I mean, you sure.
Start there.
You know, when people ask you, "Are you okay?" they really don't care. They say that, but they don't care.
Because it's about to get worse.
It's about exactly. They're like, well,
do you need a lube break?
The thing that bothered me was like when the pulse of that city, the pulse of that show is San Francisco, and I'm like, I've had more wild times in that city, and that was just like, I felt like I was watching like Gay Cocoon, like everyone was just like, let's take a nap. I was like, no. When I went to San Francisco, I went to some underground basement party and like had the best dance party ever. Drag queens in the basement, like just so much fun. Wound up
Get it.
going home.
You've had a
with
really
some hairdresser.
Storied life.
I'm sorry. I just traveled back in time. That's what I want. I wanted more like the city.
San
something
Francisco
that
can be part of the character too. Like,
yes,
like we were saying, and that's
something that I think is true about San Francisco. It's a lot of people who are not where they want to be. There's a real stagnant. There's a feeling there of complacency. There's a feeling there of like I go there and I have a blast and I love the city and it's beautiful. And there are wonderful, lovely people there. But I'm always like, what do people do all the time here? There's a sense of like that I wish that they kind of hit on here.
Yeah.
But I wish they would go further and make San Francisco more of a character to the show too.
I think in other episodes of this season they've done a better job of paying homage to
the city's culture.
Yeah.
Politely, but they don't.
Well, who cares?
It's like, well, they did that one scene where they
Folsom.
took what's her name, Mahogany,
Doris?
Honey Mahogany. What's her name? The drag queen from San
didn't see
Francisco.
that one.
She was on RuPaul's Drag Race.
Honey Mahogany.
Mahogany. Yeah, and they showed her, and that was like a good.
Here we go.
Did someone say drag?
I'm so startled. What's happening?
Yeah.
I have some meth
Scared.
pills.
Yeah.
It's me, honey.
Finally.
Anyways, we're done
Already
with
started.
Oh, Honey was here with us for a minute.
Was she?
Oh, that's
Then she danced away
It's
into
Tinkerbell.
It
ether.
was like a looking Ouija board. We just
Yeah.
conjure the
I know.
spirits.
Exactly.
These characters don't really get into the gay scene in the city very much at all.
They don't.
It's
Yeah.
very like
No.
they're just kind of
Yeah.
like, oh, we're here.
Yeah.
Whatever.
They're almost
We're also
meandering
gay.
characters.
Yeah.
Could you say that they're looking?
Oh, Kylie.
But not all
Kylie.
Don't do that out
Sorry.
loud.
You went there.
Disgusting.
Sorry.
But not all that often and not all that intensely. I don't feel like a lot of the characters have a lot of drive towards what they're looking for, other than Richie. I think he's actually
And I
one
think
of the
that's-
few
Wait,
characters
Richie
who's
has drive?
drive for what he
Drive
wants.
in the
It's just that
relationship.
he doesn't want to be anything other than a
Yes.
barber. That
But
doesn't mean he doesn't
but
have
isn't
drive.
that okay though? I mean, that's something we didn't really talk about. Is it okay if that's all he wants to be is a barber? We kind of look
Yeah.
down on that.
Yeah, but I don't want to be his boyfriend.
But who the
though.
fuck are we? Like, why not? If you want to be a barber,
Well, that's what I'm
fuck
saying.
me
Like,
later.
Yeah, it
why
makes
is that a
him
wrong
happy.
thing?
Well, then I think it's fine. I think that should be more the point. That should be more this, as opposed to just existing. It's like, well, then make a point of that.
Yeah, have that be your thing.
Have that be
But
a
Richie
thing.
Richie has gone on record saying, "Well, I actually don't care about like not caring. I actually like that I don't care about what I'm doing or what's going to happen." I'm like, that's not an
like, I'm
attitude.
happy.
That's weird. But I will say, I will defend him. I did like the fact that he was like, I'm this close to falling in love with you. But it looks like that you're not. I was like, good for you.
Pato.
Good for you,
Pato.
Pato, which
Yeah.
means
Yes.
duck in Espanol.
Yeah, you learn a lot.
Does it?
Yeah.
One thing I was really excited about, although I do not condone it, is Kevin and Patrick officiating their relationship.
And did he have a sling in the office?
That was the
It
sling.
looked like a sling.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was that.
But
that
they didn't
just-
use
That's
it.
They
there.
didn't use it.
They found
It's there for
case.
decoration.
No.
So just in
Kylie,
case. sling.
Kylie, can you just share what you learned
Yes,
on this
please
show?
tell us.
Yeah.
She saw them butt fucking.
Oh,
and
That's
hilarious. This is over.
I'm sorry.
having anal foreplay, having
Anal for well,
sphincter.
I just did. I'm so embarrassed.
No,
I
it's
didn't
fine.
know
We all learned.
you could do it
face to face.
into the booty from that direction.
So funny.
I guess I've led a vanilla sex life all my
Yeah.
life. I don't know.
Yeah. It's
Well, you learned something new.
well, that you learn it all.
Now you can try.
You also can do it with all of your clothes on too.
Yeah.
You can be fully clothed.
We all
and do
learned
it.
that.
No,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
I found it
Patrick
very
shows.
odd that they had like the talk before they had sex, but then
Oh,
they
that's
just
so
buttoned up
dumb.
and left.
Okay, and
Yeah,
Drew,
he was
I
at
have to
peace.
say what you said when we were watching it. You're like, Patrick is just so. Why are we here? What do you
Yeah,
What do you mean
he's-
you don't need
the
work?
thing is,
a
okay.
beer? Oh,
Yeah.
And I totally agree with you. He's so
Is it
annoying.
non-alcoholic?
And the thing is Jonathan Groff is a really smart actor. He's a fantastic actor, and I love his work, and I think he's great. He deserves a character that is half at his level, or that's more interesting to play, because it always seems like he doesn't understand what anything
He always
is.
he's always has
and
a
it's
question.
like you get a call. This boss is hitting on you. jumping at. Also, he's so torn up over a 2-second kiss at a wedding.
Oh my God!
That
we all were making out like seconds before the show started. It's no big deal.
Of course.
Just a nice
Like
hello.
that's another thing too. It's like who cares you kissed? Like I don't know.
So wait, now does Rich? I know Patrick.
But he doesn't
you said,
understand it. And he's like, okay, this man is after you. This boss is after you.
Yeah.
Right.
And then he's gonna email you at like 10 p.m. on a Sunday night and be like, hey, I need help with my computer.
If I had a nickel for every time I heard that.
I mean, I fall for it every time. And so it's like because then he's like, why am I here? What's going on? Everything seems like such a new experience.
He's like a little
for
puppy.
him.
Yeah.
He is.
He's like a puppy with a lot of questions.
And I just feel like
I actually think he's trying to cop out to some sort of innocence. I think that he feels
he's
a
like a serial
Sociopath.
killer. Like he's like American Psycho.
He's
like
my
underneath it all,
ex-boyfriend.
he's actually killing people.
I thought he was playing dumb there to be like, well, I'm not trying to incriminate.
I agree with you. He was playing dumb,
Like,
but he
this
does
is
it all
on-
the time.
But he is also naive.
And then
He
they
is
had
naive.
sex. He is naive, but I
He's
almost
very
feel like he
naive
was
in
like,
that character.
oh, I'm not doing the wrong here. You have a boyfriend. I'm really trying to play by the rules.
Well,
but let's have sex.
So do you think that Richie knows that him and Kevin kissed at the wedding?
No.
No.
How would he not?
But
he
I'm
wouldn't
wondering
know.
if he could smell Kevin.
Why would Richie?
The smell
know.
of
You can
sex
smell-
on him
Breath of a
afterwards.
little-
You can
Kylie,
smell.
you are 2 for 2.
San Francisco
sex
just
smell.
smells like that.
It's San
anyways.
Francisco constantly.
So it always
smells
smells
like
like
sex.
sex, yeah.
And Indian food.
Indian sex food.
Yeah. And you add like British sling sex on top of it. You
gotta find
got a
love
lot
in
of
a
flavors.
home.
Welcome to Thanksgiving.
That's why I like what you said, Justin. You're like, why can't you just date an American?
Just date an American.
Date like a
That
white
solves
American.
everything.
You got a British guy, you got a Latin guy. It's like, just bring it home for the troops, you know? Just bring it home, America.
I want looking to be more American.
I do too.
season.
You know,
That's really what I'm
Less
looking
affirmative
for.
action.
I agree with diversity, but
It's already gay.
Not
That's
in
They
our
diverse
can
enough.
read magazines about diversity. You know, but I really want to watch Americans with American
Other
lives
Americans.
and American stories.
But it looks like to me like it's gonna be like Sex in the City, where they have like it's okay. You've got Patrick the Carrie, and then you've got Richie, who's like the big, and then you have the Aiden, which
Yes.
is the British guy.
Oh.
So I'm just kind of like, all right, well, same old story.
That's the first comparison, I think.
Yeah.
Sex and the
You're
City.
You're welcome.
But you're right. It makes good
Patrick
sense.
is the
You're right.
worst, Carrie.
Yeah.
So then who would be that
Kept his
awful
rain
Russian
jacket
guy?
The awful Russian guy would be the awful Russian guy.
We haven't met him yet.
What,
Oh, right,
Baryshnikov?
season 2.
Season
Oh
two.
yeah. Oh yeah. We
Yeah.
haven't met Baryshnikov yet.
Yeah.
I am
Oh.
currently available for work. I would love to be that.
Ugh.
Thing is, where do you sort of end then with Richie versus Kevin?
It's not going to end.
No.
Well, like, but where
Ever.
how do you feel?
Well, I think once you have sex with your boss, things are
Kinda
gonna
ended.
get
You're doing
weird.
well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like what is it works
You're
great in
doing
Mad
well.
Men. Yeah. If
Yeah.
this were the '60s, you know.
Sure,
Get a
you're
couple
winning.
promotions and
You're gonna get
I mean, it's
promotion.
going to obviously be weird, and then of course in season 2 you're going to meet his boyfriend that he's
Oh, we've
been
met the
with.
boyfriend
we have
at the
met the
wedding.
boyfriend.
Very
Oh,
briefly.
Yeah, he has a
Very
boyfriend.
briefly.
Yeah, yeah.
Very briefly.
So then there's going to be that.
Of course, there's gonna be a fight and drama, and then they're gonna,
I
break
think
up
Claus.
and-
That should be the
But
promo for
I think
season
all
2.
that should have happened tonight.
Well,
I
would have liked.
Yeah, I
But
think
see,
that
it would
would
have tied. I agree. I mean, but you would tie up the loose ends a little too much. But yeah, I
The
think.
thing is, did we notice that Patrick has never been the bottom for Richie? And then tonight he's asked by Kevin, says like, "Is it okay?" And Patrick, for the first time in the season, says, "Yeah."
well, sometimes you just need to get
Good
dick
observation.
down, you know.
Really?
Like, he was so reserved about doing it for so long. Why do you think he chose to be like cool with it?
because he lost Richie, and I think that's what it was. Going through the experience myself. No, I'm not. I'm fine. But like, like
fine.
He's
like
not
when you
fine.
when you
He's
when
not
you
okay.
like go through it with somebody like that, and then it's like, oh, I missed my chance, and then you have an opportunity to be like, oh, what was it like? And then obviously the meeting up afterward was very awkward because you could tell in his face that he was like, oh, I probably shouldn't have
But had
done
Richie
that.
and Patrick broken up?
Yeah, no.
I thought they were just not talking because
I
Richie
think,
said,
see,
I'm
I
going to
think
call him.
I left
Patrick
thinking-
thought
That
they
as
were
a break.
broken up.
I take that as a
Yeah.
break.
Because Patrick's like, you
That's a
said
break.
to me that you never wanted to see me
Right.
again. So when he sees him, I just didn't really understand what he wanted. Patrick wanted at the end. And maybe that's the intention of the show. It's like you don't really know, and maybe he doesn't.
I don't think he does not know.
But how did Richie find him at the end? Like, do you know that he was like, "Oh, I'm stalking you," but I'm like, did he check in on Foursquare or something? Like, I'm about to bone my boss. Like, was there a Yelp review? Like,
Hashtag
he was
bone
like,
And I don't know. Is it really stalking?
I don't know.
Is it stalking somebody to like go to your boyfriend's workplace when you want to see them? I mean, I don't know. I don't know that I've ever done that.
10 at night on a Sunday, I think.
No, I'm saying in the beginning of the show, at the barber shop.
It's just Patrick being
totally
he's
stalking.
being insecure because I would love that if my hint,
I know, I think
Omar,
that
if you're
too.
watching, surprise me at work.
Like
she has a Latino boyfriend.
Oh yeah,
I do. I'm an expert
so she's
on
up here and we're all down here.
Good, right.
Unfortunately.
Oh, that must be crazy for you.
With the Spanish.
What do you do with all the foreskin?
And the English.
I mean,
you blow it like a little harmonica. Yeah, like a little balloon.
Not
I have that weird necklace.
Oh, that was the foreskin chimes.
Also, we
That's
just
the sound it makes.
we just had a caller call in, but they hung up. So if call back 424-253-0504. Come on back.
Oh
We
yeah,
missed you. We're
please.
sorry.
we're
need
looking
material.
for you.
There it is again.
It's great. Thanks. Bye.
Okay, well, let's talk about Dom and Lynn because they've been brushed over.
Yes.
The restaurant was a success, right? So that's good. I like
Right.
that because we were all pulling for him to have
Good for Dom.
one successful entrepreneur.
There was a
adventure.
potato crisis in the kitchen.
There was.
There was.
It was like
Thank God Doris was there.
Yes.
old
Yeah.
Irish
Put out
plight.
right away.
Who again? My favorite character on the show.
Easily.
She's
Like,
the best.
Absolutely.
She's so good.
She's amazing.
Like
and
her.
Lauren Weedman has deserved her own show for 8 million
For a
years.
She
long
retweeted
time.
you, right? Did she retweet you?
She did.
Yes.
She
Oh,
retweeted
bit.
something that I said.
That's
So,
it.
Yep.
yeah, I love her. But she's
Brilliant.
Yeah,
she
she's
needs
really sweet.
an entire big, thick storyline next season.
I think
I
yes,
agree.
she
There
is.
was.
She will.
I do agree.
What have I said every show? More Doris.
Yes.
Like
We
that's
want her
my
on this
critique for
show.
more Doris.
We want her
Yeah.
on here next season.
I'm sorry. When she said that line,
Love
that
her.
he's worth it, I was like,
I know. It's the
I
that was the
can
best
count, like,
moment.
my 2 best or 3 best friends who would say that if I
Right.
needed
Yeah,
it.
you
I was
all
like,
we all
best.
have a Doris.
Oh, I know.
If you don't have a Doris, go get one.
Get a Doris. Hashtag get a
Hi,
Doris.
I'm Drew Jogi, and I need a Doris.
But you need to
Sounds
work
like a
for a
car.
Doris because
Yeah.
I think gay guys take advantage of their girlfriends.
absolutely.
I don't.
But you need to work hard to they deserve the love.
Well,
do.
Doris and Dom though he did work hard because they were together, right?
They dated
Oh, yeah.
back in the day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's the ultimate
job,
working
Doris.
She is working hard there.
But the Scott Bakula thing, I thought Scott was being what's his name? Lynn. Was being very standoffish, and I thought it was being a little like mean.
You thought it was too
Douchey.
much?
It's a little, yeah,
a
it was
little
a little
bit.
too dramatic.
And why did he need to break up the business relationship? Was he saying I'm breaking up with you, or is it just like I can't do business with you, or what did that?
That was the
mean?
only cliffhanger
That
they left
was-
us with. Is that
okay.
then they start to kiss and they just pulled out.
Well, I took
That was
this.
the
Yeah,
end.
I took that whole thing of not working relationship anymore as being like potentially he was going to give in and finally have the personal relationship. That's how I took
But
it.
when he said that, Dom
Why
goes
would
in
you
to
bring
kiss.
your hot
Yeah.
gay friend?
Why
I know,
not?
why not?
I would.
But you know
trying to
this
stir the
kid
pot. I
likes
know.
you. I thought that was like mean.
No, you got to play
kid.
games.
You
in
have
San
plenty of other
Francisco.
old
You
friends.
gotta play a
gotta
game
play
when
a
you're
game.
trying to make a
This is the San
relationship
But if
work.
your friend is your friend, you're going to bring your friend who might happen to be hot, but you're
Right.
like, hey, there's great potatoes at this new restaurant.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
eat. I don't
But
know.
when
They're Julienne.
when Lynn says, I don't want to have this working relationship with you, and Dom goes in for the kiss, this is now the second, maybe the third time that Dom has used like his sexual powers to try to
this
get Dom
one-
to do it or Lynn to do what he wants.
But this
him to
one
do.
wasn't a sexual power. I think that he's actually become a very vulnerable character.
Oh, he has.
And is honestly being like,
He has,
like
actually, you've seen it switch. Like his
Yes,
power
yep.
was taken away now that he, with Lynn, and now
Yeah, I
Dom
really
had
agree
the
with
upper
that.
hand,
He did,
where
and
Lynn
Lynn.
was flirty, and then
Yes.
and now Lynn has
Sorry.
the upper hand.
and now he's
that is tender as a potato. That is adorable.
That's great.
tender as a potato.
If it's
Not all
tender.
potatoes are tender. I mean,
cook
some of
them.
them are.
I wasn't sure if you were referring
really
to the app or
Or an ass.
what that
Tender as
was.
an ass.
Tender as an ass. Wasn't
Well,
that a Natalie Wood movie?
I think it was. That was
was
Splendor in the
adapted.
Grass.
Oh, I
Yeah.
know something
Yeah.
like that.
I get them confused all the time too. I mean, all the
Potato
time.
potato.
Yeah, right.
Tender as an ass.
Oh,
Now, my question is, though, I mean, Lynn was always very standoffish from the get-go, but it kind of seemed like he played into flirting much more in the beginning than he does now. Do we think that he ever truly was interested in being with Dom? Because it's very evident that Dom likes little twinks. I mean, at the very beginning of the show.
Look at her knowing her twink.
Yeah,
I know
my gay terminology.
She's got her vocab down.
I don't think so. I think that Lynn actually really underestimates himself in a way, and always chose that he was like, I'm going to be the older guy and never going to be of interest to Dom.
I think he did at the very beginning when he met him. He was definitely attracted to him in the steam room, the bathhouse, or wherever. But I think after that, like you said, I think he felt always like he was never going to be able to get him. He wasn't feeling confident about himself.
But was
He's too
very okay
old.
with that.
He was like, I'm older and
I
I'm
accept my lot in
fine.
life.
This show should just be called Low Self-Esteem. I think that's
it would be not much of it on the show.
Everyone's just like,
and maybe that's it. Maybe
terrible.
maybe they need just an induct of somebody who's going in there who's just going to be like, get over it.
Yeah.
Get over,
Well, and the closest thing to that is Doris.
Doris, exactly.
Yeah, Doris is always she's always like, how are we going to do it?
Because there's always there's part of her that's like, you know what? Oh my God, I can't.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you need help? And that's sort of like, that's I think what we identify with, because when you watch it, you get a little bit like you want to throttle them because you're like, come on, guys.
I think in season 2, I need to be Patrick's West Hollywood cousin and go visit, like in Downton Abbey, like they have that, like
Shirley
the
Jones.
flapper one.
Yeah, wild,
he's like, I like black
cousin.
man, and everyone's like,
bizarre.
I just want to be like, hey, Queens.
That voice, you want that voice? That matches beautifully to everybody else's voice. Hey guys, I'm here from West Hollywood. You like my wig?
I know go-go dancers.
But I think that they definitely lack that energy on the show. It's a highly insecure cast. It's clearly not a West
Aren't we
Hollywood
all
cast.
insecure?
Yeah. Nope.
No. Not these two.
Not them.
Okay, well, tell us about your show.
Oh, yes.
Does it relate at all to this show?
It's not.
Or are you guys just here?
We don't play any of the characters on the show at all, and it's
we
very
don't make
much,
fun of it.
We really don't. I mean, it's. I'm assuming I haven't actually seen our show because it premieres tonight. I'm going to watch it when we get home.
Yes.
But the way the trailer was shot and the way it's shot very much like Looking, and it's very much in the style of this group of gay friends. But we set it in Silver Lake with the most. All of our characters have way too much confidence. We have way too much self-esteem.
Yeah.
We're the most vapid, stupid people. We play the
his
dumbest
character.
people. My character is especially dumb, and it's usually fun because I usually play the really bitchy, arrogant, mean character. And in this show, I play somebody who thinks he's those things, but he's really not.
Yeah.
He's just dumb. And everybody is so mean to me.
Well, first of all, he's like, we're all horrible.
We're all horrible people in our show.
We wanted to take it to where it was like, I think what people were expecting from this show was like a Sex in the City for gay people kind of a thing.
Yes.
So what we did was like, we have a Carrie, we've got a Miranda, we've got a Charlotte, we've got, who's the other one? The Samantha. But not those. We kind of made them our own, and we're friends, and, two of us live together. And then we have these ridiculous names.
Who am I?
You're Danton.
I know that, but of the Sex in the City, who am I?
I think.
Am I? What's her?
You're Miranda. I'm the Charlotte. I'm the one who's like been with a boyfriend for 10 years, and I'm like, he's the one, and then I find out something, and
I guess,
I turn, and we've got the bear. Samantha.
Bear Samantha.
Just like Samantha.
Shane, Jeremy.
Jeremy is definitely Samantha. Yeah, and Jason is the Carrie, I guess, because he does the diary thing. Yeah. I never knew that until this moment.
Well, you're just the one who just like brings it. Like he has the funniest, the most horrible lines, but you find a truth in that. It's not like we're just kind of like bashing each other. What we liked is that there is actually like some humanity in these people, but you can like watch this and kind of be like, wow, I've seen these people in Los Angeles before.
So it's not a direct parody, just so people are clear.
This is Patrick. No, it's really not at all. And it's very much like an offshoot of what we sort of would imagine like these people to be, and so it's definitely not Looking. So we're all in our, and our characters
can
are
it
also
be any clearer?
And our characters are also not looking for any enlightenment or anything better. So that's also the idea, like these people have hope, and and looking, and our show is like, no, these people they've done it, they've achieved what they want to achieve, they've figured
we don't
it
have
out.
jobs. I don't think we have jobs.
Everything they need to learn. We don't have jobs.
Yeah, we're all just kind of like there.
Exist.
Yeah, we exist.
Just hang at intelligentsia all day.
I'm so excited to watch this. Wait, how many episodes is it?
We did 5.
We did 5.
And they're all up now, or is it going to be released?
The first
episode.
And how long are they?
They're like 4 minutes long. I mean, we've got, and it was crazy because we got such an amazing feedback from just the trailer. Like, we went over, like, I don't even know.
We had no idea that we did it as a
kind of
lark
fun thing.
As a fun thing, and it blew up. And because I mean, Jason Looney is incredible about it, just churning. Like in no time was like, we're gonna make this.
Yeah.
And you guys were all like, let's just do this. And so like we put it up in no time, and I think it was the first parody of Looking that went online, and so it got all this attention, and so then we were like, let's do a series. And in a week we did an Indiegogo thing, and then we started shooting the next day, and we shot 5 episodes in 2 days.
Had a whole schedule. So we had
the whole thing.
We had a schedule.
We got Lance Bass,
Lance Bass,
and Jay Rodriguez, and Mitch Silpa, and
Bridesmaids, Guy Branum.
Guy Branum. We have a bunch of great. We have a bunch of great little guest stars.
Yeah, and that was crazy because they were all like, we want to be a part of this. We want to like lend like our thing or whatever to you, and we were like, and we were all just kind of like, really? Okay,
well, come be on the show. So they all showed up and did it. So.
Wow.
Nice. So is all that improv, or is it scripted at all?
We had a script, yeah, for sure. But I mean, there was some times we were just like, let it go, like Frozen, just let it go, let it go. And I mean,
Adele Dazeman.
I am horrible to work with a script. Now I like kind of say my lines.
Yeah,
I did. What they wrote was so funny that usually when I don't really improvise a lot, and it was so great on the page that we did some improv.
Yeah. I mean, we definitely have like a story line. Like there is.
We threw improv lines in the middle of the.
Yeah.
You know.
When we after take, we were just kind of like, all right, let's just throw this in here. I mean. There's like one of the, I think it was the first day, like when it got really, really late, we were just kind of like, ugh, just say it, whatever you want to say.
We started drinking.
That's good.
We really did. We did do math. We don't have any drugs. Do we have drugs? We have a mention of drugs, but we don't do drugs.
The characters don't.
The bear does.
That bear Samantha.
Shane.
Drug-addled beir
He
Samantha.
talks about drugs, and we're like, no.
Just say no to drugs.
Yeah, Nancy Reagan's in it.
I think our characters wouldn't know how to find drugs.
Yeah.
Like we wouldn't know. We would be like, I don't know. Where do we go?
A pharmacy.
Yeah.
I don't know. Pink Dot. Yeah. We don't know.
Let's just drink wine.
Yeah.
So your first episode just premiered tonight.
Yeah.
So people listening right now, where can they go to watch it?
Go to Funny or Die, I guess. It's on Funny or Die. Search Not Looking, I think. I think that's what it is. We haven't, I don't even know. I don't even know what's happening.
My phone is blowing up.
It's
so apparently it's doing well.
Mine. Let's see. We do have a Twitter account and a Facebook account, or Twitter account, and Facebook account, and so there. No.
Do we?
Maybe
you do.
The next 5 minutes will be Justin and Drew on their phones.
Trying to find.
This
Congratulations.
is really all it is.
Did they find that plane in Malaysia?
He's actually Tindering. He's not even.
I did get a Tinder match.
I'm looking.
They're looking.
Not looking on Funny or Die.
So the moral of the story is go to Funny or Die, search Not Looking, watch it, and vote.
And I'm pretty sure, and share it. And I'm pretty sure like the Advocate is gonna put it up. Like I got in touch with her, and like we had a lot of people who were like, when is this happening? When's it happening? And so. You know, it's very exciting because I feel like, I feel like Rihanna, like an album's dropping.
Yes.
I want like TRL to like come back and be like in 5.
Oh my God.
2, 1. Yes.
Well, for our viewers who watch this later, we'll throw the link to your video on our YouTube video as well. So anybody interested later can watch this.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun journey. It's exciting.
Isn't life a journey? Isn't it everything great?
So before we go, do we want to make predictions for our second season?
Do it.
Absolutely.
The vapors.
It's the meth.
I feel like I'm in a vapor lounge.
I feel like I'm Agustin on the train.
So why don't we have our guests go first? Why don't you two predict what's coming up?
I think they're all gonna die. I think Richie and Patrick will get together after some like hardships, because I think it's gonna be that bounce back. It's gonna be that werewolf vampire love fest, and poor Kristen Patrick Stewart's gonna have to make a decision.
Now I understand.
I'm with you.
I feel like they're all gonna open a clothing store together and then live together and like live upstairs in the clothing store.
That's Romy and Michelle's high school reunion.
It's also that Ann Gillian. It's also It's a Living with Ann Gillian, but I think that's where it's gonna go.
Also
in the
Tender
second
as an
season.
ass.
Yeah. It also Tender as an ass.
Yeah.
So it's likely they'll use it again. Yeah.
And then I feel like I feel like Doris is gonna be their landlady.
Yeah.
She's gonna get into real estate.
She's gonna get into real estate. Yeah. She's gonna be like, and they can never pay their rent. And there's gonna be a lot of information about shirts.
Yeah.
Slacks.
I think Augustin's gonna host a party called Smut in Echo Park.
There is a party called Smut.
Oh, there is already?
I'm hosting it tonight.
Oh,
we gotta.
He's always.
We gotta wrap it up.
Okay, yeah. Okay,
gotta get my wig on.
Do your thing. Do your thing.
Yeah.
We should have gone first.
I'm sorry. What do you guys honestly predict?
Yeah, what do you?
I was like, they're gonna move to Miami and they're gonna discuss their problems over cheesecake.
There you go. There you go.
Sorry, I just had a game. I was so excited I got it.
I think Frank is gonna take Agustin back because I think he's kind of a little.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
No?
I agree with you, Kylie.
I feel like they can't kill him off, in the series. Like
that'd be good.
After he said that to him,
Downton kills him. Yeah, but then what if he?
Talk about low self-esteem.
It's
if
gonna
he said, I would be like, there's no way I would ever talk to you again.
I think
the end.
They're gonna red wedding all of them. Stark, yes.
Kylie.
Yeah. So.
That's what you think.
I already said my prediction. I'm trying to think of another one. Oh, and then I think Patrick and Richie will get together again, and then Richie's gonna find out that he did it with Kevin, and drama,
and break up, and then he's gonna go back into Kevin's arms.
The necklace will come into play.
Yeah,
of course.
You banged another guy while wearing my necklace?
Mm-hmm.
Trifling.
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 It's like, let me smell your necklace.
Smells like British.
Smells like a slang.
I think Patrick and Kevin will get together. That's what I'm hoping. So I'm just gonna the secret it and just say that's gonna happen.
They will.
I hope it's Patrick and Kevin, and I think Dom and Lynn are going to start a relationship.
They will.
Yeah, and I like that too.
Yes, I agree. Finally.
I think everyone's going to be straight.
But I can't wait for crazy WeHo cousin to come in and baffle them all.
Mm-hmm.
I know go-go dancers.
Our engineer's trying to kick us off. So before we go, can you guys let our viewers know where they can find you on Twitter?
You can find me on Twitter at @JustMartindale.
And I'm at Drew Droege on Twitter.
Yeah, hit us
on
up.
the Twitter. You can find me on Twitter at sman80. That's SMAN80, and here for Cosmos and Archer and Chosen After Shows.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at the Kylie Hodges.
And I'm Kyle_Kittleson.
At Pat_Lambert, and Chasing Maria premieres March 18th. We'll see you on episode 1.
Woo! Bye guys.
Thanks for having us.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.